Hey there, everyone. This is KT. We are gaming. We are here. I just finished eating a leftover steak with my bare hands. I've never felt so alive. Let's turn volume up. I have added more songs. Please let me know if volume is an issue, if anything like that. This is so handy. I just pressed the shuffle button, and now it's... Oh, excuse me. Now it's going to shuffle around. Hell yeah. Alright, auto counter. I don't want to hear any problems. I want you to just behave right away. Good luck. Thank you, Beavries. It's 3 a.m. I sure hope not. It's like, you're what, 2 hours ahead? It's only 12:30. But yeah, we're going to be gaming tomorrow, Amarilla, so please don't feel too compelled to stay up. Did I lose my streak on this one? Is this a streak that I lost? No. Latios still around. Okay. 63. I don't remember if I lost this one or not. Guess we're gonna find out. I mean, we can switch cartridges if I did. I feel like I did lose on this one though. But the announcer, the girl would say something. The girl would say, "Oh, you didn't finish properly last time." And my time is really low. I think we're fine. Till 7 a.m. to game Ore with Beavries. Dude. Patriot. Alright, Counter. Are you just gonna work? Are you just gonna behave yourself? I take it that is a no. So I'm gonna unload you, then reload you. Why is this so frustrating? Why does it never want to work when I want it to? Wait a minute. If I do this, is that just gonna work? We are in business. Okay. That's a little bit annoying, but whatever. I've got it figured out. Walk into Earthquake doesn't... Oh, wait a minute. You're Bandit. At least I think you're Bandit. I had one, like, bait me. So I don't actually know how common the Choice Band one is, but I had one that I was convinced was Bandit, and then it just Thunder Punched my Zapdos, and I was very surprised, very shocked. We'll get the mic a little bit closer. Classic KT stream where the mic is too far away. Let's get that going. Oh, and turn one para. You guys tell me if the window being open is too loud. It's kind of rainy out, but I'd like to have a breeze in here. So how's everyone been? How's everyone's Gen 3 gaming adventure? Double para, dude. Very nice. Very cool, Kingdra. Everyone's a fan. Everyone likes when you do that. Oh my. Starting the stream off strong. I should probably close Discord. That's speeding up resources. Zapdos, please just get through. I know once Tauros gets in, one double edge is destroying this guy. Oh my god. Zapdos, am I really asking too much? I just need you to hit through like a +4. That's not that much. See? Easy. Spent like 40 resets trying to get an Papa Berry just for it to be in my Fire Red. I'm not sure how rare those berries are. What's the other one? Like the Fugo? I can't believe you lived that.
Yeah, a couple of the weird berries. They're like the pinch, or like the halfway you get double leftovers healing. I remember building my Mistrevisa had one of those on one of my Ore teams, just because I couldn't think of a better item to give her. Also, Amaryllis, in case you were wondering, because I know you're curious. I know you're always wondering. I'm having coffee with milk. Dude, nice Hydro. Couldn't have killed my Zapdos a little bit sooner? Because you just had to wait? Alright, Tauros. This shouldn't be too hard to just punch through. Just need to reset in front of the girl on Pseudopolis. Oh, I know what you mean. That one. Okay. Gotcha. You'd said Fire Red, so I thought it was something to do with like either pickup or the berry forest being weird. Are we about to lose at the start of stream? Opponent won and I can't even win? Okay, there we go. I believe that's okay, thank you. Just gotta make sure with everyone first. Alright, we defeated the first opponent. That was weirdly difficult. So for anyone curious, or anybody watching in the VOD, the reason the number is different is because I just did a few encounters off-stream. Hanging out with the lads in Discord. I've also done a little bit more because I was stealing Pokemon. I was quite a fan of Beavery's collection of cool Perfect IV Pokemon, so I've started building one of my own. And while I don't have anything too cool to show off yet, I probably will do more offline ones until I get a Perfect Latios, because I really want a Speed Nature Latios to replace this one. I was resetting an Emerald until I realized you get it as a gift from saving the girl on the Seven Islands. Oh! Yeah, berries are weird in Fire Red because you can't plant them. And the game also introduces, you guys ever mess with berry powder? It's like an alternative way to get vitamins, and it's this mini game you play. It's like a Fire Red Emerald cross-compatible thing, which is sort of neat. Sort of cool both games can do that together. Nice. But it's not very efficient. I remember looking at recipes, like you have to expend really useful berries for just kind of pitiful rewards. It's not worth it. Nice, we outspeed. There we go, close Discord so my computer can quit freaking out. Oh, I'm so relieved that the auto counter works now. It's a little bit of a hassle, but man, this is so cozy. This is so nice, not needing to worry about it. I just need to not mash super fast on the first Pokemon, and we're golden. Another Blaziken. Suppose that's alright. Double Edge should always KO. Earthquake will always KO. I think Return is a range, and it's kind of a nasty range because I'm just putting him in Blaze range, and he's gonna go for Blaze Kick, which you know, Blaze boosted Blaze Kick with the crits is just not a fun time for anybody involved. Thank you for using Shadow Ball. Also gotta check one last thing. I did a super fancy, oh, I don't like being locked into that for you. You can schedule a tweet on Twitter. Did you guys know that? You can schedule it so it just happens at a certain time, and I scheduled one to announce the stream. But I didn't actually check if it went off. So we should probably do that. Yes, it went off. Okay, hell yeah. So I found this out interestingly. If you guys look in your YouTube analytics, it gives you a whole bunch of information. But one thing I found curious is that there is like a very slim percent of people that were watching the last stream that had subtitles to auto-translate to Japanese. So I'm convinced, I'm pretty sure I know who that is. It's a couple of Japanese shiny hunters that follow me on Twitter. Well, I think it's like a cool way to learn analytics, just to find out who's following. Yeah, just don't schedule 12 hours. Yeah, you guys, you know, showed up on time. I like double checked yesterday, so I don't know what happened. Must have been Johnny YouTube decided to troll me. Well, yeah, thank you. And, yeah, very weird, YouTube doesn't, like, try and notify you at all. Like, hey, idiot, you announced a stream and never showed up? Weird that YouTube just seems indifferent. Whatever. They got their, It's just impossible. They have no bandwidth space to send users a email. Also, if you get a comment, they send you an email. So that might have been too quick. The auto tracker's like pretty fast though. So I don't like Heracross because I have to lock in the double edge. Otherwise, Return could just give him Salak and then, you know, bye-bye Tauros. Though being locked into double edge is hardly a bad fate. Whiscash lives. Oh my god. What pinch berry do you have? Pitaya. Alright. Fine by me if that's what you want to do. Nice crit. Yeah, you're not too threatening to me. My current comments are currently filled with big Starmie propaganda. Well, I will tell you, I did vote for Zapdos when I saw the poll, so... You do what you think is best. I think Starmie has a whole lot of potential, and Starmie is a very cool Pokemon for Ore. And for singles, for that matter. Starmie is very cool in singles. There's some teams where it feels like my team is so fragile that like this is my only Pokemon to threaten the water types. Is like I'm really supposed to deal with both Tar and Arrow with just a mere Starmie, but Starmie can get it done. It's not the best team strategy though. Starmie's awesome because if you ever bring in Starmie on a Salamence, you're gonna scare out the Salamence like 10 times out of 10. Starmie's always gonna scare out Immense. I voted Arc. Nice. Guys, check this out. I'm gonna kill him with Struggle. Tauros is unbeatable. He's just the best Pokemon to ever do it. Coffee Bar, welcome. How you doing? Oh, that's a little awkward, but we're no longer disabled. That was a 2-turn disable. Zapdos fans are in shambles? Man. Well, whatever. Zapdos will get his time in the spotlight. Okay, please don't blow up. Anything but Boom. Anything but a Ancient Power proc into Boom. Okay, alright. Situation is very cool. Not scared of the exploding golem. Oh my god. Alright. Alright, alright. You're trying to rest even though you can't. Nice return. That's gonna chunk out Lottie pretty hard. Oh, almost killed me. Good grief. Thought Zapdos would win for sure. Yeah, it's hard to say. I didn't even realize. Yeah, they're all Kanto Pokemon, all from Gen 1. That's kind of funny. Very nice that you don't have Chesto. I was afraid you were gonna Chesto it up. I guess I wasn't paying attention if you have leftovers. Yeah, you do. Of course you do. I feel like the Curse Return Rest... Last move is Amnesia, so you don't have Explode. That's nice. That's reassuring. You... Oh my... Please do not. Okay. Got a little nervous there. Using the Mystery Dungeon sprites recently? Yeah. Please do not... Oops. I don't know how to turn the light back on. Whatever. The microphone... I don't know why it has a light on it, even. Whatever. I guess it's like for those, like, streamer types, you know, they got a mechanical keyboard and they got, like, a mouse that lights up and, you know, all that kind of stuff. It's just kind of performative, fancy, you know, very gamer-coded type stuff. Yeah, Mystery Dungeon sprites look great. Mystery Dungeon's a very nice-looking game. Had to see you once. Had to be here at least once. Encore, hey buddy, I'm a bandit. I'm gonna be doing it whether you want me to or not. Maybe we get a miracle crit. Maybe we just land the crit this turn, and no more wob. No such luck. Back. Hang on. Did that break something? Am I still here? This microphone is, decided it wanted to be the funny man. It's like the stupidest thing I've ever seen. So it's like a touch button for the mute and for the light, but then for the audio levels themselves have physical knobs. Like, what on earth do you mean? Why is it not just a physical knob to turn it on and off? Or physical button? It's these really weird, very unresponsive, buttons. That's why I accidentally muted the other night, and I had no idea, because it doesn't, like, it doesn't make any noise, nothing. You're still here. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, don't really know. I have no idea either. I feel like I'm not even adjusting it ever. Hope it sounds somewhat listenable tonight. Yeah, I should look into getting some kind of like a stand. Some way to get it to hover over. I remember I did one stream where it sat over there on like the arm of the couch, and it sounded like I was pretty distant, so maybe we don't do that in the future. Nice, get to see the superpower animation. Alright, do what you must. I would prefer you not Actually, yeah, this is fine. This is free setup. I guess that's not true. He could Quick Claw next turn and Wake Up Boom. Very quiet. Okay, you know what? Appreciate the tips, Beavers. I really do. I don't ever want to sound like I'm being annoyed or whatever. Let's try turning you a little bit. I can also turn the music up. Does that sound any better? Does this sound any different even a little bit? Okay, you can Quick Claw Boom this turn. I could also pull the mic a little bit closer. It's kind of like, yeah, that works. Wooper eggs. I wonder what those are for. Yeah, I think Wooper is our guy. I think he's the candidate for the Ruby Sapphire Tower. Just because you really need a way to deal with electrics alongside being damp. The only issue is just Giga Drain Muck, which may not even be in the level 100 tier. Of course. It's the Iron Tail Swampert, too. Double dodge. And he takes a little snooze. Alright, we're not looking so good here. Yeah, I had a feeling you had a chest though. Thankfully, if I have to get Zapdos in, 1 HP grass is gonna do so much. But we want to avoid that if we can. Nice, first set of 7 down. What about Regice damage? Yeah, the neutral Ice Beam is rough. It's far, like, it's not as easy to get a nice middle ground as it may seem. Politoed with Perish Song is a really good idea. Especially as a self KO, but the problem is you can't, like, get the opponent to switch out. So all that you would do is, like, pray that you drain them of explosions, pray that you get them to get rid of all their booms, and then get them out in this sort of roundabout way. That's one method. I really like the idea of Yaw and Protect, though, with, what's his name? Quag. Quag, Yaw, and Protect seems super, super good. This is one of those awkward scenarios where every Ments in the tower is special. I think a lot of them run Earthquake, but they're mostly special. And my Intim doesn't really help me out, so we have to, like, risk going to Latios and eating a Dragon Claw. Or a Crunch. That's not great either. Okay, no special drop, no crits. We are hanging on. Beauty. Love to see a dragon come in. Curse Amnesia, rest. So what would your attack be then? Would you just go return? Or would you go, like, Earthquake? Oh, Gyarados. First time in a while I've seen a Gyarados that's not in the lead. I was kind of tempted to steal that, but whatever. I can steal Pokemon on my own time. I am bewildered that you lived that. You lived that super well, too. Wow. Yeah, because Earthquake leaves you sort of helpless against all the flyers. Return leaves you helpless against the ghosts and rocks. I really would like to have Ice Beam on a Quag as like an alternative way to deal with the dragons. Probably Return. That definitely makes sense. So there's a Psycho set in ADV that Snorlax occasionally runs, where its hidden power is Steel, because that hits absolutely everything. Nobody's immune to Steel. I guess it's the same reason that we run Mono Lati, because nobody's immune to Dragon. But then, of course, there is always Shedinja. Shedinja kind of ruins your plan, so it's tricky. It's tricky to find a perfect setup move. Raichu, haven't seen you in a little bit. I would love if, like, some programmer type was to make a like a bingo card for this, just to check off every Pokemon that we see in the stream. Because I think we've seen all 3 starters. We haven't seen a Regice, but we've seen the other 2 Regis. No Latis. And, of course, Raichu, who's not very common. Saw Breloom, saw Cacturne, saw Gyarados. My champ has made an appearance. We'd, like, slowly build up the roster of, like, who are we missing? Who's left? Flygon's the same way as Salamence. He's usually running a special set, but has Earthquake for coverage. And sometimes, like, Dig. I love when that interaction happens, because I get to just roar him out with Zapdos on the turn he... just like this. Should we play Cocky? Yeah, we should, no, I wanted to Calm Mind. The damn Wave Bird. The more I use this controller, the more annoying it is. Dig, Stall, Flygon. Yeah, it's a genius set. Okay, we outspeed the Starmie, which is nice. There's no guarantee that Tauros or Zapdos outspeeds. And that was a switch-in. You wanted to avoid bringing in Kecleon. I wonder if you hit Kecleon... No, because it gets switched out. Yeah, there's no way he would retain... They retain health and status, but they don't retain, like, evasion or, like, stat buffs. Because they get sent out. I was wondering if Kecleon would retain his type. Alright, first Lati of the evening. Yeah, I should look into a Wave Bird alternative. Or even just a wired controller that has a better D-pad, because this thing, D-pad is not very good. Not the best D-pad game, or I almost call him Game Freak, Nintendo has made. Oh, we probably die. That's probably... No! Really? Wow. Very weak Machamp. Where's our first Regice? I think Registeel is objectively the most difficult to go up against of the trio, but I'm the most scared of Regice, to be honest. He's the best into my team. Nice crit. Absolutely needed that. Maybe we just talk him into exploding. Get a para? No, that's gonna hurt. Zapdos might be dead. It might be over. Nope, we live. And we're frozen. Alright, that's cool. I didn't even care. I wasn't even mad if we were about to lose. Alright, there we go. I finished my coffee with milk, if that's okay, Amaryllis. So the next goal, I think, for just stealing on my own time would be to get a better female Alakazam. I forget what nature mine has, but it's not good. It's not a useful nature. And Alakazam, thankfully, doesn't really have any egg moves I care about. Encore would be kind of nice as a way to troll the AI. As well as for Ore matches. But that's about it. I think the rest of Alakazam's moves you don't really need to worry about. Oh, he also gets Barrier. No, is that really worth it? You may as well just run Reflect. I guess Barrier has its uses in doubles? Not really. When are you going to benefit from setting that up? Yeah, Trick, I think, is the best tech for Alakazam. As like a weird off move. Trick and Encore. Those are the ones to go for. You lived that? Are you serious? And you tried to Mirror Coat an Earthquake, which is a little bit silly. Yeah, okay. Whatever. You're at -1 attack, so I probably live. Yeah, easy. Please be Blaziken, or Manectric. Not who I was hoping to see. Alright, we outspeed it, which is nice. So hopefully that means Zapdos will outspeed it if we don't KO. Nice crit, Starmie. You absolutely need that. I guess that confirms Latios definitely outspeeds, so we should KO with Dragon Claw. Oh, you don't have a Salac, do you? That'd be silly. You have a Apricot or Gamlon, one of the defensive, one of the defense berries, the really silly ones. I'm not sure what you did that turn. You were toxicking me before that. Not sure what that second turn was. There's Toxic. So there's probably a good argument that I should be using a different item on Latios. Right now he's got the Cheri Berry, because Zapdos was my lead for a really long time. So those two might swap at some point. Latios also might get leftovers, because living with the extra turns of Calm Mind and getting like 2-hit KOs, so getting just a little bit more health is kind of worth it. And I could still Memento when Latios needs to go. Very handy, very useful tech. See, this makes me wish I was running Zapdos lead. Double Edge is like a death sentence. You're gonna chunk me out big time. So it's just a 2-hit. We just need to dodge whatever move you're about to hit. That was a Fisher we just dodged. Tauros is a gamer. Another Kecleon. Running into a bunch of Kecleons tonight. I don't know why that's so funny. You like rarely see him in the tower. He's going for the rest again. Like, what is your plan? Like, you really think you're gonna punch through a Tauros just by resting? You'd probably want to, like, Fire Blast or Flamethrower, whatever his fire move is, and pray for a burn. Nice, another set of 7. These are going by quick. We're blasting through today. That is a Choice Band. Very nice. "10 hours on the dot." We have 16 Pokemon in the decks. We haven't found very many Pokemon yet. Alright, lead Cringe Master. Forcing me to go to Rock Tomb. Never like doing that. But it's also the fastest KO. Which is handy. Very nice. You know what? Sure. Let's just punch down Raichu with Rock Tomb. Get the speed drop. We do half. That's pretty nice. That looks like it was a roll, though. Oh, and you have reversal. Why? Alright, beat up Raichu. Hell yeah. And it's a Zam who's super fragile. Locking into Rock Tomb paid off. Whoa, you are really defensive. I think you're also locked into Snatch, which is very funny. I wonder if you... Can you Snatch Memento? Hang on, lads. Oh, that's Zapdos. Wrong. Okay, hang on. You tried to Snatch, but it failed. Can you Snatch Memento? Because you gotta be banded, right? Yeah, you did it again. And just for research, like, yeah, you are banded. You are absolutely stuck in, Yep, okay. There's no... Can you steal Memento? That's, like, really a strange interaction, if that's how it works. Alright, you're ready to steal my move. I use Memento. You cannot steal Memento. Alright, worth knowing. Snatch is only for boosting moves. But doesn't it also steal, like, Rest? I guess that's true. Yeah, it is the opposite. Oh, no, but you can also steal, like, Light Screen. I guess that is a boosting, but it doesn't, like, change your Pokemon's, like, stat. You know what I mean? Can you steal, like, other moves? I should look into what Snatch actually steals. Does he steal, Soft Boiled? Rest is a health boost, I suppose that's true. Getting our Crobat out of the way. Crobat's one of the nastiest trolls in this. And he always outspeeds me, too. He's so fast. He just barely lives, too. That's annoying. Doesn't matter. Tauros gets through that. Does not fall for the bat. Please no swarm. Please be guts. You are guts. You gotta be guts, because that did not do that much. That should have 300%ed me if that was a guts boost. I guess not. It's not that much of a boost. Some tower climbs you see Cacturn all the time, other times you rarely ever see him. Same with Salamence. I was getting dunked on by Salamence when I was playing this yesterday. Salamence on every other team, and he's like just annoying enough because he's basically always a 2-shot. And weirdly, Zapdos, he's like a 3-shot because they're all running HP or special defense. Nice. Very cool Hyper Beam. Great move for your, especially... Wow, it doesn't even KO. Great move for Kingdra. If you're thinking of building a Kingdra, I'd suggest Hyper Beam. I'd also suggest Disable. Just marvelous moveset. Oh, of course. Well, we're in with Tauros, we may as well get some value out of them. Yeah, I gotta get my team switched around. My instinct is to go to slot 2 as Latios and 3 as Zapdos, but I swapped them around at some point. I also should have a clone of this team at level 100 in the PC if I did update everything correctly. And I want to do that grind at some point too. Get a level 100 team, or get it like a file ready at 100. But I'll admit, I feel a little bit more dirty backing up at 100 because I don't know the 100 sets anywhere near as well. I feel like I can autopilot to 49 wins very easily, whereas the 100 tier Pokemon, I have no idea what their sets are, and a bunch of them are different. No static. Please no static. Of course. Of course. Just saying that manifested it. And a Latios at the end. With... Oh, okay. We're gonna get cringed out here. We're paralyzed and attracted. We're stuck. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna hedge our odds a bit with the light screen and pray for a para. Also, really want to pressure Mist Ball. That's a bulky Latios. I wonder if that's worth snagging. Because that's like all but guaranteed to be a special defense nature. I'm kind of tempted to steal this one. Maybe we just get Tauros KO'd? That's going to be hard to do with full health. No, it isn't. You just lock into Earthquake, dummy. Especially if you just crit and one-shot me. Alright, this Latios is tempting me. Latios, excuse me. Getting them mixed up. And you got Recover, Mistball, Attract, and Dragon Claw. White screen is over. Alright, I think we're gonna snag this one. I don't want the streams to like devolve too much into snagging Pokemon, but Latios and Latios specifically are like super high value if you get them with the right nature. They are just so versatile. They fit onto dozens of different teams. They have so many different sets. And I just got a sneaking suspicion this one is a special defense by how little my Zapdos did. Even like a sassy Latios is really good value. Lock in Earthquake. No, attack me. Thank you. It's also good to stay sharp on, like, sort of like, how do you say? Orchestrating it so that I do die on purpose. Also, I found out recently you can go to the PC and that doesn't mess this up. I thought make it so that the roamer, or you know what I mean. It's like the glitch wouldn't work if you go to the PC. That those Pokemon would get added to the index or whatever, but they don't. Very cool, very handy if you need to switch Pokemon around. Alright, Latias, let's dance a little bit. Switch Pokemon around before, yeah. Yeah, also, I think that, that set mode thing might not be true. I feel like it's a very good precaution, because it does, like, ask you outright, do you want to switch Pokemon? And that seems like part of the glitch. But, maybe that doesn't matter? I'm not sure. Because I remember... Oh, of course it took off. When Amaryllis downloaded the save file to try it out, or maybe it was you, someone downloaded it to try it out, it was not set to shift mode. It was in set mode. So maybe that matters, maybe it doesn't matter. Alright, we're gonna go north. North feels lucky to me. Oh, by north I meant south. You know, north is nature's south. Please tell me you're around, you didn't leave. Please, Latios. Okay, alright, we're doing a bit of a jig. Alright, where are you now? Okay. You're a master troll. Just one of the best. I think it's impossible for you to meet me here. Yeah, you're taking off. That is not surf. Fly, excuse me. Okay, wait a minute. Everyone be cool. We got a chance here. Did you fall from Mount Pyre? No, you didn't. Alright. Pop our little wheelie. File is also now equipped with a white flute to increase the encounter rate. And we got our repel. Alright, we are gaming. I don't remember if I fought you. You know what? We'll just stay in the water. Whatever, this'll work. Pretty sure I fought you. On, Ruby. I don't know about Sapphire. Possibly? Latios, I don't know how to say this politely, but this battle is going to put 10 levels on your life. Yeah, let's bust out the chart for all the natures. Oh, and you're cooperating. Just beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's get the nature guesses. Anybody got a guess? I'm feeling it's a special defense, because she really chunked out the Thunderbolt. I know it's a resist, but it resisted pretty hard. Hoping for careful. Or calm, or whatever. Any of the special defense ones. Timid. Well, I think it would have outsped my gang if she was timid, but you never know. Could have hacked in a badge boost. That's bashful. Wow. That is surprising. 130, 130, 131. Yeah, she was just chunking Zapdos. Maybe this one has special investment. Nevertheless, bashful is not a bad nature for a Latios. Alright, we're gonna swap over to Ruby, see if Ruby is having better luck tonight. Though that's far from bad luck, getting a worthwhile Pokemon that quickly. Alright, back to the grind. That wasn't too long. That didn't take too long to go and fetch a Lottie. I didn't really set an encounter goal for the stream. I set more of like a real-life timer. Then I want the streams to be like just around 2 hours. That one night was an exception when we ended up hanging out for quite a while. Though maybe I could do that on Saturday. Maybe we'll do a longer one on Saturday. It feels nice getting like a big head start on some of these encounters, because I got a feeling this hunt is not going to be the swiftest, if you know what I mean. I hope we stay under odds, but you never know. Like, the closer we get to odds, the more I'm gonna start to get, like, skittish and think maybe I should bring a damp Pokemon. You never know. We could get one at, like, 3K. Damn. And then Tauros just sweeps the team. Triple ground week. What are you thinking? Oops. If I remember later, I'll send that to you guys. A friend of mine just posted he's playing Coliseum. and he got a very good Bayleaf with high attack. It's naughty with like a 30 or 31 in attack, so he's going to be running a physical Meganium, which is very funny to think about. Uh-oh. This is how I lost a super big streak, was a, Okay. Didn't happen. Was afraid of the boost. I'm roaring you out this turn. Yep. Goodbye, cringe one. That's all your ancient powers, by the way. You just wasted all 3 against Zapdos. Didn't get a boost. It's another... Okay, you know what? No, I'm not falling for that again. You're slower than Zapdos. Not happening. No way. And you took the Thunderbolt about as well as the previous one. You have rest? Of course you do. Missed ball, but this is the last turn of light screen, I believe. There's no way that's KOing. Yep, light screen is gone. Just realizing, learning Japanese intuitively, Hikari means light, and Hinamari means, like, sunlight. And light screen has, he. It starts with the character he. So I'm wondering what light screen is actually called in Japanese. Let me check that up real quick. You could, like, study a language, or you could play, like, a children's RPG and slowly piece things together. Oh, Bulbapedia is checking to make sure I'm not a bot. Thank you. Light wall. Yeah, but how's that pronounced? That's what I actually care about. Hikari no Kabe. So it does feature Hikari. I knew it. Rock Tomb. Thankfully, I don't think you ever outspeed after a minus speed on my end. But I mostly think about that when you get the Salac boost. Because when you get the Salac boost, you never outspeed Zapdos, and Zapdos is slower than Tauros. You did outspeed. Alright, I don't know what the hell's going on. I guess it's probably a different percentage, how much speed Blaziken gets from a Salac boost versus how much Tauros loses with a Rock Tomb. That makes sense. Got our Hariyama for the evening checked off. Still no Latios. Haven't seen a Latios yet. I think we only fought one Registeel. Who are the other uncommons? Hardly seen any Gardevoir. Not many Sceptiles, not many Swamperts. One other Milotic before you. Again, going for the Endure. Blaziken, it's not going to help you, buddy. It's not going to work. That's a female, too. Nice crit. Of course, it's on the Endure. Yep, take a snooze. Funny enough, every Regice that I stole consumed its Chesto Berry, so none of them came with their Chesto Berries. They all ate them. And who is up next? What have you got? You've got a Starmie. Starmie would be really sick to get shiny. I probably said this last time, but due to my goal of getting a shiny Poliwag or Poliwhirl in every ball, I'm kind of like fishing hunted out. I don't know when I'm ever going to want to start a fishing hunt again. And that sucks because that's the only way to get Staryu is via fishing. Another Latias. Not fooling me. AKT, nice streak already. Thank you, JG. How you doing, lad? Yeah, we're trying to make good headway. It's always a risky business. The streak is always just one accidental crit from falling apart, but we got backups of the save, so it's not really a concern. Lead Latias. Not a fan of that. You get a Reflect. It really is not that great. And you get a Special Defense Berry. Because I'm going to KO for sure, but now it's a little bit awkward into whatever's next. Rillaboom. It's a fake Pokemon. Well, good thing he's going for Focus Punch. Yeah, so I thought there was one that had Mach Punch, but I guess that's one of the ones that drops off before the 49 win benchmark. Nice, even behind a Reflect he can't win. Now, Reflect Milo. I had a team in ADV where I used a Reflect Jirachi, and the Reflect really helped Milotic and Snorlax. Having a Reflect up, those two just become near unkillable. Because Brick Break is not all that common in ADV, and of course it only lasts 5 turns, so the odds of you really needing to break the screen are pretty unlikely. But it was really fun using that with Jirachi, because often a Doug would come in and try and snipe me, and then see I'm behind a Reflect, and now it's kind of awkward for the Doug. Because, like, what do? Do you stay in and risk getting body slammed, or just getting outright KO'd by an Ice Punch? Or do you take off and, you know, try and snipe somebody else? But, of course, then you've revealed Doug. So for any of you anime fans out there, very recently I watched the first episode of 2 different shows. Not really that committed to finishing either, just like to get a little taste test. And I wasn't really impressed with either. So those were Double Zeta Gundam, which the first episode was super weird. It was like a recap of the first 2 shows. So maybe that wasn't. Maybe that was just like a weird prelude thing. But the other one was Legend of the Galactic Heroes, and that's like a super beloved show. If you're not aware, Double Zeta Gundam is like not a fan favorite. It's like a black sheep of the series. A lot of people dislike that show. So I went in thinking I'm probably not going to like it much. But Galactic Heroes also didn't impress very much. And maybe that's because it's like a very long form thing. It's like kind of hard to sell you on with just an episode. So I don't know what I'm going to watch next. Nice para. That's what I was hoping for. You might be the rest one. I'm just glad you haven't leech seeded me yet. Slowly punching down with Zapdos. Please do not rest. Do not do it. Thank you. Yeah, I have no idea what happened between Zeta Gundam and Double Zeta. Why there seems like this huge quality gap between the two. And weirdly enough, it's like a direct continuation. It's like direct. You could consider it like episode 51 of Zeta, which is very strange to immediately shift the cast and completely shift the tone. I don't know. Maybe Sunrise probably had their reasons back in the day for doing that, but it does not feel as smooth of a transition as the original did into Zeta, despite Zeta taking place like 8 years later and following a mostly new cast. Those are my thoughts on it anyway. I probably will finish Zeta. Double Zeta, excuse me. I don't know about the rest of the series, because Gundam's like kind of massive. It's a pretty huge franchise. And I think the hard fact that most old anime fans don't want to accept is that it's more inconsistently good. Starmie outspeeds Tauros. It's like there's a handful that are well beloved, and those ones are very good, but it's not like a series that is consistently high quality. It's like a little bit more spotty. Oh, I don't like the outspeed, and you've confused me now. We're gonna hope that you do something stupid against Zapdos. Like recover. 10 volt. Okay, as long as this doesn't para. Alright, we should be fine. Yes, that's perfect. Burns my Lum, but we get Starmie off screen. That's fine by me. A Crobat that we outspeed. I don't know what's happening. We're in the twilight zone of the Ruby Tower. Speed tiers are a myth. And the champ is here. What an awesome team. Starmie, Crobat, Machamp. Uh-oh, Guts boost. What have I done? Okay, you missed. Doesn't matter. I kind of like that team. It's like kind of wild coverage. Oh, it's the gentleman. This gentleman has a lot of exploding Pokemon. Such as Gardevoir, lesser known explosion user. Very cool Shadow Ball. Lands a dynamic punch. What a gamer. And it crits. Wow. Machamp is here to win. He's not playing around. Nice crit. So good. Oh, but you got a poison effect spore. Breloom just had to extend the fight by a little bit. That's the thing convincing me not to do leftovers, is that the end of every turn is going to have a animation with me chewing leftovers, and I just think the time loss is probably not worth it. Because this is a super brisk, super fast pace that we're going at. And I like that a lot. I like how fast this team is. Even if there are some holes in it, I think the trade is worth it. $777. Anyone want to place a bet who it is? I'm thinking Glalie. Please be Glalie. Oh, come on. You're so close to dead. Alright. Who is it? Who is 777? Nice crit. Oh, of course, Tauros. Of course he crit right when it didn't matter. We're -1 attack, which sucks. Oh, jeez, dude. Alright. Latios is the most splashable here. Hitting him with a Surf would be great. He's got a Iron Claw. He takes that on the cheek. And he has a Quick Claw. Alright, this Registeel's up to trouble. Wouldn't it be awesome if Latios had a fire move? Wouldn't that be so cool if he could learn, like, Flamethrower? Or Fire Blast? You know. Examples of fire moves that he could learn. He probably gets a fire move in the later gens, if I had to guess. I know Latios is super good in competitive Gen 5, but I'm not sure, like, what he does. I know Alakazam has this, like, ultra cringe, your move doesn't count, it actually just goes against you, so if you, like, try and use spikes against Alakazam, he literally just sends it back to you, which, like, that just feels like a hacker ability. That's so insanely good. So I don't know what Latios gets that makes him so good in Gen 5. I also don't know who else is good in Gen 5. I know there's the, Ferrothorn. That Pokemon's really good. Because he's like Skarm. Where he's like super defensive and hard to kill. I know Latias is legal in Gen 4 OU. So I'm curious what Latias gets that makes him so good that he still has to be an Ubers. I guess it's probably a Draco Meteor that just like one-shots everything with Soul Dew. It's probably really broken. Probably a very good thing to run. Or like Dragon Pulse. I don't know, there's like newer Dragon special moves that are really good. Better than Dragon Claw is. Well, Dragon Claw has probably turned physical, now that I think about it. Okay, please no Regice in the back. Glalie would also be annoying. Alright, you're not that bad. You can have Dragon Claw, which sucks, though. Dragon Claw, and you can have Crunch. Which, I don't really know how you're crunching with such a, like, small jaw. Your head looks about the same size as Latios's. Latios doesn't get Crunch. Kind of like the Gen 3 Dragon Claw. I do, too. I've said numerous times I'm a fan of the pre-special split games, more so. But I know Outrage was made physical, and because of that, Salamence was just too powerful. He immediately got banned to Ubers, because he would just shred everything with Outrage. I take it, what's his name? I'm thinking of him. He's the favorite, Dragonite. Dragonite probably has the same deal in Gen 4. It just runs like a Dragon Dance Outrage. That's it. It's Muck. We have found Muck. Everyone's favorite. Please no Quick Claw. Alright, we're halfway there. No, I just need you to die. I need you to... Oh, you're defensive too. You are beefy. Okay, we made it through. Very scary. Muck usually lives a earthquake. Haven't seen a Weezing tonight. Haven't seen a Grumpig. I do not like being seated. I'm actually going to go back to Tauros. So, I haven't seen you around as much lately, JG, but I've got in the works the means to do a DS capture coming up pretty soon. So I'm going to be very excited to do a playthrough of Gen 5 for the first time, because I know very little about it. Somehow, through all these years, I've remained mostly unspoiled. Like, I know what a lot of the critters look like, but I don't know what types they are. I have no idea, like, what the bosses are, or, like, the pace of the game, anything like that. It's a new region to explore, which will be very cool. Very swag. Double Earthquake into my flying type. Salamence. You know just what to do. Triple Earthquake. Man, you just cannot catch a break. It probably was a difficulty measure to remove potential Dragon Dance Salamence from just sweeping the player. I think it's underappreciated, the Regis in where you encounter the Regis. They're level 40. I think they're only 1 or 2 moves away from having Explosion, and it would be super frustrating for you to go up against them and try and catch them if they had Explosion. That would be like a major deterrent, so I think it was the right call to make sure they don't have Explosion, but get it as like a relearn move. Because I guarantee a lot of kids did not know the classic save in front of the legendary until you catch it trick. A lot of kids would just wander in there, see a weird Pokemon, maybe just kill it, and then that's that. So if they were trying to catch it and it blew up, that would be very frustrating. Very wise. But also they're so hidden in the game that I think it's almost like a troll that Game Freak even let you see the Regis. Yeah, legendary. Yeah, it does sound dumb. See, because I think it was actually... Well, I don't know if it's an oversight. It's, my speculation. It's my belief. I wonder if it was meant for Ho and Lugia to have Recover. Because they have Recover and Pressure, and that makes catching them actually a pain in the ass. They put Roar on the Roamers? Yeah, exactly. What if they just imported the Gen 2 set and didn't think about how it actually worked? That definitely seems like an oversight. Deoxys is pretty well behaved. He has Knockoff, which can make him annoying. But that's about it. That's not too bad of a catch. Rayquaza's a bit annoying too, because he has Rest. He has Rest and Fly, which is a 2-turn thing. Most other legendaries are pretty easy to maintain. Mewtwo also has Recover. I think he's also got like Safeguard. Nice. We love to see Flamethrower Machamp. Another Milo. Very cool. The birds in Fire Red are all pretty good. I remember Moltres being annoying because it had agility. So eventually it would get... when it would wake up, it would immediately get another turn when I was trying to do the Shiny Capture, because it just outpaces and eventually gets both of its turns like back to back. I couldn't put it back to sleep in between. That's not too bad. Of course you go back to sleep. I'm gonna switch out Tauros here. Zapdos comes in pretty well, and we can try and chunk her down with Thunderbolt. I want to be able to Double Edge, knowing that I outspeed. I want to get a free Double Edge. And if that means Zapdos has to die, so be it. We can even set up a light screen. What was that? Hikaru no Kape? Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Reflect is literally the same. Wow, that did absolutely nothing. Do I do it again? That's like for sure a special defense nature. Look at that. That barely even moved. And we got a dead Zapdos. Alright, I think we're gonna do it. Wow, that song ends very abruptly. Yeah, sorry if you guys were hoping for the streak to just be like constant grind. Wait, this is last mon, isn't it? Am I an idiot? I sure hope it is. Whatever, we'll do it. We'll catch another Latios. If this one's not well behaved, then, you know, you guys can all say, well, why would you do that during the stream? You should have done that on your own time, like you literally said you were going to. I just haven't found any Latios. They've all been, The only Latios I found, I went autopilot last night when I had, Ghastly out. I turn one Destiny bonded against the Roamer, and then the Roamer left. I was like, oh, wait a minute, that was my chance at a Latios. What am I doing? Catches are more exciting? Yeah, I agree. And it's, like, good to keep practicing it. It's good to, like, maneuver around and get better at catching the Roamer. It's, like, fun to get the Pokemon, because we get the Pokemon out of this, too. Even if I don't use Latios here, we have her now. So yeah, I think we'll try and spice a couple of catches throughout the journey. This would be super dry if there were none. Latios was watching me at the battle tower. The worst part is, like, if somebody joined right now, they're gonna think that I found the shiny. They're like, oh geez, is he trying to get it? Is he trying to catch the shiny right now? So that would be funny to troll someone. I should sketch glitch teleport onto my Latios here. Or just use a teleport user to get back and forth. Who learns... Is it just Smeargle? Who learns teleport, fly, and surf? I don't think anybody. I think the only teleport fly user is Natu and Zatu. So there's no way you'd get the utility of surf. Okay, let's try south. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, no, don't do this. Don't tease me, you're right here. Come on, let's go to the casino. No, you're going to the cursed mountain. Why? Is there any, like, Pokemon lore experts that actually know what the deal with Latios and Latios is? Like, where they're from? What they do in this game? Only Smeargle? Yeah, I had a feeling. Had a feeling it was just Smeargle that gets the super utility. So maybe I should be doing a Zatu with this, because we have Surf on our battle Latios. I also see shiny hunters use Smeargle for, like, sweet scent, which is pretty clever. Alright, maybe I can bait you into coming down south. We just do one of those. Just a back forth, back forth. Oh, why? Okay, so we're gonna go south. This may be for not, you might have just gone to the mountain. Yeah, so I don't know what the lore implication is of the Latios. Or, like, the orb that seals Kyogre and Groudon. Not really sure what any of that stuff means. Alright, I'm feeling pretty confident about going right. What are we trying to get, Latios? If I get you, I'll name you Temujin. But that's a boy. Temujin. Temujin looks a lot like Latios. I don't remember the girl from Virtualon. The girl robot. Oh my god. You know what? We're gonna go left. He seems to like the daycare route. We're just gonna go this way. Alright, come back. Oh my god. Stop this. We're gonna go north this time. Just keep dashing past Latios. Oh no. Okay. I might have messed up. Alright, where are you now? Yeah, you've taken off. Alright. Gotta give it up. Never mind. You don't get to be named Temujin. Oh my god. We're going north. North is lucky. He's just gonna be here. He's gonna be here this time. Okay. Which way did you go? Please. Please be cool. Okay, we're gonna try the right path, because the right path kind of blocks him from leaving to his favorite mountain. He's not a fan of Mount Chimney. He never goes up that way. Yes, we got him. We got him. Alright, anyone got a nature guess? I'm pretty confident this one is a special defense nature. And, we know it was not outspeeding, it was not outspeeding us, so we know it's not a speed nature. Wait a minute, I know that I battled on the, this cartridge. Not so fast. So I did a precaution one time on the Sapphire. What if I didn't, no, what am I trying to say? What if I, run out of Destiny Bonds and Ghastly dies? It turns out, Tauros just one-shots a Double Edge. I have not tested that with Latios. I'm assuming if it KOs Latios with bad IVs, it probably KOs a Latios. However, there's a slim chance Latios is like a defense nature, which would be a little sticky, a little unfortunate. Alright, I am feeling calm. Calm would be a lovely nature for Latios. Kari no Kabe. I have no idea how to write Chizuru in Japanese. That would be a good name, though. What do we got? That is Sassy. That ain't bad. Sassy is not a bad nature for a Latios. Another to the collection. Again, nice and brisk. I guess I can name her Fairy. It's the name of Chizuru's song. What was the dark Chizuru? What was the evil Chizuru's name? I don't remember. Was it Kagura? I think it was Kagura. Alright, 2 Latios have been kidnapped. Let's press our luck again. Easy, easy. Okay, I don't really like being locked into Earthquake, because I know I'm not going to two-shot you. Or, you know, it's a variable. Oh, that's rough. Live, Zapdos, live. You got crit. Well, that just sucks. Alright, it'll be fine. This guy doesn't really threaten me too much, so I can set up just a little bit. Yeah, flamethrower. Are you serious? Doesn't even do damage. Goes for another one. Oh, and he crits. Ooh. This is a very spicy Machamp. And that was a second... That was a sent out Pokemon to deal with Tauros. I don't have a clue what you just did. What move would have been... It like announced Latios' name though. It was not Mirror Coat, because of course that would have gone off. It wasn't Rest, because he didn't go to sleep. It wasn't Curse, because, you know. There would have been an animation for most of the moves I'm thinking of. I don't know what else. Maybe it was Mudshot. You don't see Mudshot very often. I don't recognize it like I do recognize Earthquake. Nice, weak Sceptile. Love to see that. And a Milo. Once again, Tauros just, he demolishes certain teams. I was trying to think the other day, like, what even is a more aggressive team than this? And one of the only things I could come up with was, like, maybe Slacking instead of Tauros. But Truant is super inconsistent. Like, you're just going to lose scenarios. You're just going to miss a move, and now you lose the fight. So then you lose your physical attacker, which that sucks. Snorlax is way too slow. Aerodactyl is pretty comparable, but you're relying on Rock Slide, which is just so much weaker than Return and Frustration. So I'm really just starting to think Tauros is the best physical attacker in Gen 3. Even if he like doesn't hit exactly as hard as Tar and Metagross and all that, Tauros is just so consistently good. And Intimidate is like a beautiful ability. It really helps him out. Because like Arrow doesn't really benefit from his ability. Of course, Tara's ability is very different. Metagross's ability is pretty cool, but it doesn't, like... It doesn't... Well, he can't be intimidated, which is great. Because it is weird when you send out an Intim Pokemon and the opponent sends out an Intim Pokemon, and you kind of just cancel each other out. Sup, Ludi? I think that's their first Ludicolo tonight. Same deal with Gyarados and Salamence, but both of them kind of require a turn of dancing to really, really hit hard. You can try Bandit with Salamence, but Gyarados absolutely needs the dance to really put in damage. Looks like most of the physical attackers off the top of my head. Flygon doesn't really count, he's not real. I guess like Heracross, but now we're starting to count some like more niche Pokemon, Breloom. And I don't think Heracross is as consistent as Aerodactyl or Tauros. Call me crazy. Swampert's not bad. He has some unique coverage. Getting, yeah, Iron Tail, of course. Having, like, ground and rock is very nice. Dodrio. Haven't seen you today. Dodrio's like the inverse of Tauros. Whereas 110 attack and 100 speed, whereas Tauros is the opposite. Tauros is your favorite? I'm very inclined to agree. Tauros is just so good. I haven't put him on a team in a while, but I used to use Tauros in ADV, and if you can coordinate it, if you can get rid of Skarmory and Fortress or Metagross, like basically as long as you have a fire type, Tauros really does just bulldoze dozens of teams. He really is unstoppable once you set everything up. Please don't boom. Please. Yes, Earthquake. That's a lovely move. Is there any physical attackers I'm forgetting about? Like, Rhydon kind of sucks. Oh, there's the boom. Rhydon's just too slow. Machamp and, well, I guess Medichamp's quite a bit faster. You know, I guess technically Medichamp's pretty... What's his speed, though? Isn't he, like, 70 or something? Isn't he the same as Metagross? Speak of the devil, there he is. Just summoned a Metagross. That was kind of nuts. First Metagross of the night. I feel like Medicham is 70. Nice, he got the attack boost from Psychic. Always love seeing Metagross get the attack boost. It's just the most satisfying thing. It's 80 speed, that's a little weird. So we can outpace the 70 gang. Damn, Kingdra got me again. He's gonna die to a struggle. Alright, release me. Okay, wait a minute. I'll just switch. Never mind. You don't need to release me. I will just switch. And you released me. Okay, I changed my mind again. Yeah, Donphan, Pinsir, those two are, Donphan's just way too slow and too weak to special moves. And Pinsir just, like, doesn't have great moves to rely on. You need HP Bug, Caesar's the same way without Silverwind, and Silverwind's still pretty weak. Please live, Tauros. I need you for this Regice. You're my best hope to deal with it. No. Alright, Zapdos is gonna have to pull a miracle. Pull a double hit. Don't get Ice Beam to death. And please do not rest again. But if you rest again, I have more chances to crit you. Okay, you know what? That's a fine trade. We just won't miss. See? Easy. Looking for sailors. First Glalie of the night. Very cool. I'm pretty sure I need to double edge you. That you live a return. I stole a Glalie from the tower and I got Bold, which kind of sucks. Not a great nature. Nice crit, dude. Tauros is gonna self KO. And now you're outpacing me with, yep. This is so weird. Tauros is gonna die this turn due to weather. So it gives me a free switch in. It's against Rhydon, too. No, it's Zapdos here. We'll go Zapdos. There's no way on Earth you were living in HP grass. Of course, how could I forget the best physical attacker, the birds. You got Pidgeot and Fearow and Swellow. There's not really a bird of Johto region. I guess there's Noctowl, but Noctowl's not all that strong. He's like a weird kind of special user. He uses gimmicky moves like Hypnosis, and I think he gets Nightshade. He might not. There's also Xatu, but Xatu is not that good either. They're like fake physical birds. Well, I guess that was the trick. Is like they wanted to have special birds for that game. Oh, and of course we miss. And that game also gave us Skarm. He was like the strongest flying type ever. Double, okay, you set up rain. Hail was about to end. And you've got Rain Dish. We triple miss. Very cool, very swag. You land your Toxic first try, though, of course. Through paralysis, might I add. I had an insane interaction today in ADV that made me just completely double guess what happened. I had my Snorlax had body slammed a Medicham, and he was paralyzed, but he got a Salac boost, and he somehow still went first. So that must have been like absolute max speed or something. Maybe it was a Quick Claw, but no, it couldn't have been because he had a berry. So he must have been max speed. I was just speed grabbed hard. Despite putting the speed creep on my Snorlax so that I outspeed a paralyzed Jolt. But that just doesn't make any sense, though. Like, how on earth? Nice. We did it. I think I'll do one more set. That's a choice band. Hell yeah. We'll do one more to close it out. Nice low-key stream. I don't think we're going to do 4-hour ones very often, like we did the other day. That was kind of a exception. Definitely let me know what you guys think if the encounters I do off camera, just hanging out in Discord, if those shouldn't count, it should just all be streamed, or who cares? Because I'd like the number on YouTube to just be consistent throughout the videos, but of course we had like an extra 190 between streams. So it's all a bit of a blur. And when I'm stealing Pokemon, I'm going in just to steal them. I'm not keeping track of encounters for those. And of course, you know what? We're probably going to find a shiny doing that, just accidentally. And then it'll all be all a big practical joke. Not great in the Metagross. Very scared of Shadow Ball coming down. Light Screen is like just as nasty. Guess we're gonna keep setting up. Metagross, you just sit tight. You hang out. Yeah, Earthquake, just fine. Just give me a minute. Latios is to collect his thoughts. Okay, alright. That was, you know. Oh boy, that wasn't a crit, but it was an attack raise. Uh-oh. And you got your Shell Bell. Alright, we need to hit this turn. Okay, not the most damage, and we get bopped again. And that was a crit. Okay, do we lock into Earthquake? We're still pretty confidently ahead. Yeah, Zapdos is not KOing through a Light Screen. Even though I think it ends this turn. No, it didn't. We'll just be safe. We'll take the easy route. The more consistent way to get through this place. Please be ground. Okay, you're a grounded Pokemon. How much does Earthquake do to the average Breloom? It's a 3-shot. And Brick Break is going to be a 2-shot on me. Or almost a 1-shot, good lord. That's one thing I think is fun about this, the Ruby Tower, is that because Pokemon have random natures, it kind of reminds me of playing ADV competitive, where like I just have to kind of infer what I think their investment might be. Now obviously there's like nice, wake up right away. There's only like 3 possible scenarios. It's like speed is plus or neutral or minus, and then it's the whatever the investment, and same with the attack and defenses. And of course HP will always be constant. But it's still cool. It's still cool, like, not knowing what the investment is, so you kind of have to guess. Kind of got to roll with whatever you're up against. Huge Blaze kick. That might just KO me clean. Oh, that's rough. Poor guy. Please do not endure. Don't do it. Oh my god. You win, Blaziken. You did it. You beat Tauros one time. Tauros is like 700-0 against Blaziken. Blaziken got his one little win. He won. Please be Flagon. It's middle Pokemon too. Swampert. But we just crit to even the score? And you mirror coat me back like an absolute madman? Alright. The stakes are heating up. What do you have? Shell Bell. Man, I am so thankful for Hidden Power Grass. Otherwise, this would have been a impossible to beat. I guess Aerial Ace could have beaten that. Yeah, it seems Sega does not like KH Insider having the Sonic the Hedgehog soundtracks, but somebody got through and CD's music is there, thankfully. And like a couple other weird ones, but all the ones you would expect are not there. Square Enix also seems to have removed all their music on there. So it would seem some corporations are aware of that site and are not letting their music be uploaded. We're -1 speed, but it shouldn't matter. Whoever's in the back is gonna get trampled. Middle Pokemon again, too. Oh. It's the, you know. The strongest, lizard. You tricked me? Did you give me a Macho Race? No, you just gave me a Choice Band again. What's going on, pal? You want to trade Choice Bands? You like yours a little bit more? Alright. Yours is definitely, like, cleaner. It's probably in better condition. Tauros has gotten a lot of use out of this Choice Bands. He's been running over hundreds of Pokemon. I should look up what Raichu's shiny looks like. I don't really remember it. Pikachu's is a weird one where he's like very subtly darker. So Raichu's I don't remember. I don't know what it looks like. No freeze, no crit. Nice. Not many of you tonight. I definitely will need to steal a Hariyama. Need to have one in Ore. He's just too good. He's so versatile. No Helping Hand sucks, but I think a visit to the Battle Pike can remedy that. Uh-oh. Okay. He can have 2 abilities, though. That means it would be a little bit more annoying to steal. Because I could potentially roll the ability I don't want. Which I think I would want Thick Fat for Ore. I don't know, though. They're both pretty good. He's a lucky one where both of his abilities are useful. And another para. Zapdos is going crazy. I guess Guts is like more of a gimmick. More of you want to like self-induce status. Rather than you just like happen to benefit from it. Because I think in the reverse scenario, and that's like often how I think in ADV, is like in the reverse scenario where I'm against the Hariyama and I have a status move, I'm probably not going to use it on him and just assume, well, if he has Guts, this is going to be dangerous. That might be nice. That kind of like stops Latios from paralyzing my entire team, is having a Guts Pokemon. I cannot believe we got the 2 songs from X-Men vs. Street Fighter together in this like 8.5 hour playlist. That's really funny. Well, that's how coincidences work. Back in there, Tauros. Not done yet. There's another lizard for you to beat up. Oh, he's got the cringe. Detect. Like, what's your plan? You're not using Leaf Blade, which is what you should be doing. First Sea King. Uh-oh. I do not enjoy seeing the, you know, the horned one. Tentacruel, too. This trainer's got all the Pokemon we missed throughout the entire night. Crit Tentacruel, I would not have KO'd without that. And we get a huge damage on the last Pokemon because I'll get a free switch. And it's Ludi. Nice. I guess Fake Out would have got me there. But it's fine, we're up 2 Pokemon. And we actually just KO. Wow. That's got to be like a record of the fastest encounter yet. Tauros triple KO. Last set of the evening. Who do we have? Double starter? Do you go for the triple? Do you have all 3? Of course, Kecleon's last Pokemon. It was just Kecleon's night. We just ran into a bunch of Kecleons. Did you Shadow Ball me? What the hell did you just do? I'm not sure what move that was. 830, that's a pretty nice round number. Let's see what our streak is at. 77. Very nice. Well, it was a bit more of a low-key stream, but I appreciate anybody that hung out. It's these are fun. Battle Tower is a lot of fun in Ruby and Sapphire. It's not as high stakes as Emerald, and of course the reward of getting a Pokemon is just awesome. So appreciate anybody who hung out, and I'll be catching you guys probably in Riley's stream tomorrow. So I'll see you there.